What is up, guys? Tony here with Tony's Tech Time Episode 2. Today we decided to go with the most extreme computer, coming in at $8,000, because after that $300 video, I need something a little bit more extreme. So here we go. Speaking of extreme, first off here we got the $1,070 Intel i7-3960X, X for extreme, 6-core processor with 12 threads. This is a beast of a processor, 15 megabytes of cache, it's LGA 2011 based on Sandy Bridge, and this is the top of the line as I speak right now. This is a great processor to build around. Next up, since the 3960X did not have a cooling system that is included, we decided to go with the Corsair 100i water cooler. This is an extremely high performance water cooler for a pre-filled system. It's easy to install and has dual radiators, and it comes with 120mm fans. While we're on the topic of cooling, even though the H100i does have fans that come with it, we decided to go with the 120mm Airflow Edition high performance Corsair fans, the SP120s. We're going to get 3 of them, 2 for the radiator, 1 for the case, and we're also going to get 3 140mm Corsair fans, which are just going to be the Airflow Quiet Edition, just to create a better airflow in the case, which we'll get to the case later so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now that we got the CPU out of the way, let's get to the GPU. $2,320. We have 4 GTX 680 Classified Edition. These are the best NVIDIA cards in my opinion, and this is the best setup for NVIDIA cards. I mean, yeah, you can get 2 690s, but to be blatantly honest, having a dual GPU card isn't exactly the best way to go. So we decided to go with 4 GTX 680s Classified Edition. You can overclock these things pretty damn well, and obviously the motherboard we have will be able to support Quad SLI. Speaking of motherboard, we're going with the ASUS Rampage 4 Extreme Edition for $430. This has the X79 LGA 2011 platform, obviously to support the motherboard. It has Quad SLI support on X16 lanes, and it also has 8 240-pin memory slots, which is why we chose this one. The EVGA XL ATX board that supported Quad SLI only had 4 slots, so we needed to go with the ASUS Rampage, which brings us to the memory, where we decided to go with the Corsair Dominator Platinum series, running at $1,160. You get 32 gigabytes of high-performance memory for this expensive price. This is the highest performing memory on the market, top of the line for the consumer gamer market, and it comes with fans actually that you mount on top for better cooling. These things do get pretty hot when you overclock them. In fact, you can't even overclock them to the full speed they're capable of. But with the setup that we have so far, you should be able to get at least 2,400 megahertz with this setup. For storage, we decided to go with 2 OCZ Vertex 4 512 gigabyte SSDs, which gives you a total of 1 terabyte. I hope you guys are good at math. And that's SATA 3 high performance, 560 megabytes per second read, 510 megabyte per second write, extremely fast high performing drives. You could put your operating system on this, you could RAID 0 this, you can record to this, you can do loads of great things with these drives. And even though 1 terabyte is a lot for solid state drives, we know it's not enough, so we went with 3 4 terabyte Black Edition Western Digital hard drive disks for 12 terabytes total of space, which is a lot of space overall. I mean, I couldn't even think of how to fill all of that, but you know what, it's worth it. These are high performance drives coming in at almost $1,000 just because of their sheer performance, but it is worth it. We also decided to include an LG BluRay DVD combo drive, 10 times Blu-ray disc speed, 16 times DVD speeds, and it is optional because it might break the bank. No, I'm joking. It actually is optional just because most people don't even use CDs nowadays. They are outdated, but it is good to always have one just in case someone gives you a CD and they want you to burn some music onto it or whatever the hell it is. So I decided to throw this in even though it's only 60 bucks. And last but not least of the components, the most important thing actually, the power supply. There are a lot of cards in here, a lot of expensive high power parts in this computer, so we needed one of the best power supplies in the market, and the EVGA Supernova Nex 1500 watt power supply. This thing could handle anything. It's one of the best power supplies in the market. In fact, it could be argued as the best power supply in the market. It looks sick, it's a great power supply, and this is the one we chose for this build. So of course we need a place for all these components to go, so we went with the Corsair 800D Obsidian case. This is $300, it's a great price, aluminum and steel strong chassis. There's a lot of great features including great cable management, great airflow, and this thing is huge. This thing's massive, which is good because we have a lot of components going into this build. This thing is elegant, it looks beautiful, and is the envy of all gamers, including myself. I would love to have one of these for my system. But it's a great case overall. It'll hold the ATX XL motherboard that we decided to go with, and all of your impressive components will look great inside of this case. So all in all, this is one of the top builds you can make nowadays in terms of the consumer gaming level. If we're talking about professional level or server level, definitely you will be able to see higher range processors and higher range overall specs. But this is definitely the highest range you can get for a consumer product. It's $8,000, probably not in many people's price range, definitely not in my price range, but it's definitely the top build at the moment. If you guys have any other suggestions for price ranges for your own builds, or you have any questions, comment below and like this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. That is pretty much it. I am Tony, and I'll see you guys next time.